Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. This is episode number 177. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, my homies, David Rodriguez, Mark M. Miller, and Rudy Lara. How's it going, fellas?
Not bad, not bad.
Doing better now that we got.
Hey, it's all good, bro. It is all good. Technical difficulties, especially doing this shit live. David, you still on mute. There you go. What were you saying, D?
I said it's Mark's fault. It's always Mark's fault.
Yeah,
Always.
I was talking.
Blame Canada.
I said it's Mark's fault. It's always Mark's fault.
Always.
Yeah,
Yes,
actually,
we're definitely
Thursday night.
blaming Canada. Right on, guys. Well, before we get started, as always, I got to give our shout outs to HKA USA. Go hit them up. Go to hkausa.com. Also to Foxhound Fuel. Use our discount code in all caps, FBMMA. Get your awesome supplements from them. They show a lot of love to Fight Book MMA, to Sitting Ringside. So go ahead and check them out. I believe you get 20% off all your purchases every single time you use the code FBMMA. Also to John Tyler, for all you fellas that want to get some badass underwear, also go to John Tyler's website. You can click the link or the logo and it'll take you straight to his website. Use our discount code for another 20% off. Use Fightbook in all caps as well. Also, shout out to our streaming partners. We have Flow Combat, Fight TV, ESPN Plus, The Zone, and MMA TV. And shout out to all our sponsors. I wish we had sponsors. Shout out to our partners, promotions that we are partnered with. I gotta say that some different. Gotta figure a way to say that a lot better.
Partner
So shout out
promotions, just
to
call it our pee-pee pals.
our people.
That sounds good. Partner promotion.
They're gonna say Pinky Pals. Go check them out. We have XFN, One Championship, Combate Global, Fight World MMA, and everyone else that's under that list. Go check them out, please. All right, fellas, let's go ahead and start off with the MMA, boxing, grappling, Muay Thai category for all the upcoming events that are happening. We got 6 events that is worth mentioning, starting off with PFL 6 regular season. We also have LFA 161, Ryzen 43, Unified MMA 51, UFC on ABC 5, and Muay Thai League 7 Grand Slam. Also in the boxing, bare knuckle slap fighting category, we have BKFC 45 Hollywood on June 23rd. And the rest is going to be on the 24th, live on ESPN Plus in Germany. Slavos Bomer versus Felice McConley.
Whoa. What did you say that name was? Slobber Boner?
Slobber. I didn't say
I heard Slobber Boner.
So did I.
I didn't say
I heard Slobber Boner.
Damn it, threw me off. Also in Tokyo, it's going to be a title fight. We have Joshua Franco versus Kazuto Ioka. They are fighting for Franco's WBA junior bantamweight title. Also live on Showtime, 2 title fights. Carlos Adames versus Julian Williams. They're fighting for Adames WBC interim middleweight title. The next title fight is Fernando Martinez versus Jade Bornea. They're fighting for Martinez's IBF junior bantamweight title. And lastly, live on the Zone in New York, we have Edgar Berlanga versus Jason Quigley. They are fighting for 10 rounds in the super middleweights. Man, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Jason Quigley. I
Quigley
haven't seen
Down
that
Under.
fool.
Remember that
Man, I
movie,
haven't
dude?
seen. Yeah, man, I haven't seen Jason fighting forever. But it's going to be live on the Zone in New York, so go check them out. And that's pretty much it, fellas. And David, what do we always say about these fights, man?
If you're not watching every single second of every single round, of every single fight, of every single event that Rob just mentioned, and watching fights from 10 years ago, tweeting, being hypercritical, doing everything. Not a real fight fan.
Not a real fight fan, folks. You got to be doing the Fuck It Friday challenge. Don't think that we forgot just because we haven't mentioned it the past couple shows because we had some guests. So don't think we forgot. So if you didn't do the past two Fuck It Friday challenges, you're not a real fight fan. So don't just give it up, man. Take that hashtag out of your profile. It's stupid.
No, you're just a casual.
You're just a casual. You know, put hashtag casual because fortunately that's what you are. Not a real fight fan. So negative, man. You guys are so
You
fucking
always
negative.
choose
Here.
John Jones on UFC 4.
Hey, bro, we can't just bust in John Jones talk like that. We have to have some. We have to have some substance. It's got no nutrients.
Correct.
It's got no nutrients.
We'll get to John Jones later in the show, absolutely. But we had a couple cards happen last week. Pretty interesting fights, pretty high stake fights. We're starting with Friday night's Bellator 297. Nemkov and Romero. If you don't watch every single fight on this card and the post slims live, you're not a real fight fan. Let's start by saying that. But we had a huge. We'll start with the co-main event, right? Like Sergio Pettis, man. Like, did you guys see the? I thought it was a photoshopped picture of Pitbull during the weight cut. Emmett talked about it last week. Like his head was bigger than his body. Like it seemed like a pretty rough cut, right? And Rob, the performance from Pitbull, I don't know, is Sergio just that much better coming off a year and 18 months off, right?
You know what, man? Sergio Pettis, he looked really, really good that night. We all praised on Pitbull. You know, we always said that Pitbull is just he's a beast. He's on another level. He brings so much to the table. But you have Sergio Pettis. You know, this guy is just a crafty fighter. Overall, well-rounded fighter as well, and he showcased all his skills that night, and rightfully so. He is the new champ, and it is what it is, man. I mean, Pitbull just didn't. I don't know. It could have been either the weight cut. You know, like you said, Emmett did point out that he looked like a freaking bobblehead.
I don't think the weight cut had anything to do with it, bro. I just think it's what David alluded to. He's just that much better, bro. He's Jeff Pettis, bro. I'm not gonna take anything away from that motherfucker because he went in there and he threw down, bro.
He did.
He did amazing. I didn't expect that out of him.
He looked good.
I fucked up. You know, his brother made a shit ton of money, like 140 something grand on a bet on his brother. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, just him coming off the layoff, like they always say. Even Dana White, everybody's going to mention that. Ring rust, cage rust. But Sergio Pettis came back looking. I mean, of course, healthy, but looking very sharp, using the reach, mixing up the leg kicks, and just kind of being a couple steps ahead of Pitbull, and he reclaimed the throne, right, Mark? I mean, shit, you called it, right? Did you watch the whole card, Mark? Or?
I was out playing poker, so
not a real fight fan.
There we go.
But I seen bits and parts of it, so you know what I mean. Like now we got Patchy versus Sergio, so.
Yep.
Oh man, that is going to be
an explosive fight.
Good fight.
Paccio.
Man, having Patchy Mix in there against Sergio, it's going to be a really, really, really good fight, man. I don't know. It's a lot of people always say, certain fighters haven't fought a certain fighter, and but it's just you got two guys that are very skilled, know how to bring it, know how to fight.
But
gonna lean towards Patchy Mix, man.
yeah, there's a huge
Yeah.
but in that observation, bro. Because I mean,
It's-
if you saw what I saw when they faced off in the
Yeah.
ring, it's like a
Yeah.
huge size disparity. Patchy
Mm-hmm.
Mix is gonna eat this dude's fucking lunch, man.
Bro, Patchy
Yeah.
Mix is.
I mean,
I've seen him and shook his hand at Jackson Wink when he trains out there.
And you
we
called him
talked for a
sir,
little
didn't
bit.
you?
I sure fucking did. I said, "How you doing, sir?"
Mhm.
And it's just seeing him in person, man, and hearing his
His
punches and
beautiful
his
voice.
kicks, bro. His beautiful voice.
and I think
It's
too, like,
yeah.
no, say I credit to Bellator because people are always hating on Bellator. Like we were talking
Mm.
before we went live, like basically this fight was a super fight. You know, like these guys met at the right time in their career. Like Pitbull, it's time to try to cut down and make it happen now. He's kind of on the older side of his 30s now. He's fought everybody. Big statement win for Sergio Pettis and just like cementing a legacy over there in Bellator, right? Because now he's up against the young killer that he once was himself, you know, in Patchy Mix. So looking forward to that matchup. You know what I mean? That's high stakes in Bellator, and I know they just announced the the 125 division. They're gonna be doing the Pitbull AJ McKee fight, or it's in Saitama. So Bellator's bringing the heat. Lots of hate they get all the time, but quality event last weekend, right?
Yep. Very
It
good
was.
event.
It was a very good event.
Well, we almost
They're-
seen a
they're-
46-year-old man become a champion, but getting to the main event.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, come on.
No, it wasn't even a comparison, bro. Like that was embarrassing. I was embarrassed that I picked Romero, man.
Me too.
He just looked so old in there.
But
It's
dude,
just
compared to his last fight and to now, it's like, what the fuck happened? Night and day from his last
bro.
fight
It was
to
the
now.
opponent is what happened. He
Nemkov solid.
Bro.
Nemkov is on
Nemkov is no
another
joke.
fucking level. That dude should be in the UFC, bro. That dude is
Yeah,
a badass. I mean, every strike,
I want to see him
just
rematch Yuri.
insane amount of strikes. He's accurate. He hits heavy. He knows what he's doing on the ground. Bro, just Romero had no fucking answer, dude. It was just him acting drunk like for fucking 4 rounds after that first round, getting his ass fucking handed to him. It was embarrassing, bro. I'm like, dude, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know, go away.
Yeah, the skills of Nemkov, man. I mean, I know Emmett spoke highly about it. We know, I mean, he's had some pretty big fights in Bellator. He's the king right now, you know, probably the best in the world, what Scott Coker said, you know, as far as the weight class. But Rudy's right. He should be in the UFC, but he's definitely a showcase talent for Bellator, always going to be headlining and, you know, be one of the best probably to ever do it in Bellator at that weight class.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but there's still that rumor going around, and I think Coker even said that PFL is
He's got cooties.
on the rise to possibly purchase Bellator.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm hearing also that apparently Tony Khan wants to buy Bellator now.
I'm actually hearing no.
Who wants to buy it?
Tony Khan, the Jacksonville Jaguars owner.
Khan.
Dude,
Apparently he's interested. I'm like, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. He's just trying to copy, you know, he's trying to be like Vince and merge with an MMA
he's
company.
just
That's all he's doing.
he's just trying to get people to talk about his football team. That's all it
And
is.
his wrestling.
Yeah.
So he's trying to be like Vince.
He's super rich too, though. That fucking guy.
He is, but
yeah. But yeah, the Jaguars. Nah, nobody wants to hear
No.
about the Jaguars. But
That's what I'm saying. It just wants people to talk about his football team.
well, whatever he owns, he
we'll
owns.
let's see Nemkov and Yuri in the UFC one day again. They have to rematch one day.
Hey, that's a fight.
They fought in Ryzen during the Grand Prix a couple years back, so it'd be nice to see them rematch again. That was a good fight.
Yeah. But Khan, what does he own though, Mark? Does he own like all the Home Depots, or is that like the Atlanta Falcons owner?
He owns
He
Nabisco.
owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, and his son owns AEW. So that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I
His
know
other
they
son
own.
works in WWE.
Yeah.
So
Well, there you go. That all makes sense then if he buys a PFL or Bellator, right? But did you guys watch any prelims? Mark, of course, not a real fight fan. Didn't watch the whole card, every single second of every round. But Corey Anderson has previously fought in MPOV twice. Unfortunate losses, setbacks. Did we all pick? I believe I picked Corey. I don't know. You had
Nah,
Phil Davis,
I
right?
had Phil Davis, dude, and
Yeah,
I mean
you had
that was
Phil.
a really close fight. It was a
Yep.
really close fight. It was a good fight, but whatever, man. They give it to Anderson.
Yeah, because Anderson came in saying that he's ready to retire, back totally against the wall, kind of a must-win fight against a tough opponent. But yeah, that was close, man. But maybe in fact he does get the next crack. That's what that fight was for on that card. I mean, basically. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
It'll be a third time they fight, but you never know. Third time might be a charm for Corey Anderson.
Maybe.
On the prelims, man, did you guys see Jalil Willis? What is it, the Ramzan, the undefeated Dagestani guy there? That was murder. That was one of the best finishes on the card. And of course, it was 15 fights deep. So, yeah, there was some good fights. So Bellator put on definitely a better card, I guess, than moving on. Then what? UFC, Vittori, Cannonier. Rudy, we said the sandwich tonight would possibly be the main.
Yep.
It was kind of the opposite, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just 5 rounds of someone getting their head caved in.
Man, tough. Brutal. It was brutal.
Corey's got a chin though. God damn.
Man.
Yeah, but that's all he has, bro. He's and cardio. He's got a chin. He's got cardio, and he's got a good ground game. But I mean, you would think one thing he would work on is his hands, and fuck, bro.
Yeah. Do you feel it should have been stopped at any time, Rudy, or do you think?
Oh yeah,
fine?
man. Nah, it probably should have been stopped. But
Yeah.
I'm not one to say when somebody's had enough. That's not for me to say.
That's up to the ref.
Yeah, it's up to the ref and up to the corner, bro. They got to look out for their fighter
Just
too.
don't trust Keith Peterson.
Oh fuck,
my God,
dude.
that fucking ref, bro.
Yeah, that fucked up all the parlays, dude.
Yep.
He does a late stoppage and then he does an early stoppage, like a true early stoppage.
And he smokes a cigarette and takes a shot while doing it, bro.
Mhm.
See, that's how wacky of a weekend it was of fights, because we had, a true early stoppage and then a blatant early stoppage that shouldn't have been stopped. Got 2 fighters going through the cage door in fucking LFA. A leg break. It was a mix of just about everything except for a draw is all we needed.
That's all we
All that
needed.
sounds
was
like
a draw.
underground fighting.
Didn't Conor get accused of rape?
Yeah, the emerging story of Conor McGregor, we talked about it a little bit last week, but still details emerging. We'll get to, I guess, that topic later in the show, right? Rudy?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit, man.
But overall, the card itself, I don't know. I mean, there was some good fights so early. Arman Sarukian sort of got tested by Joaquin Silva, right? And now he was a huge underdog, biggest underdog on the card. But Sarukian just said, fuck this shit, went in there in the 3rd round, finished business, right?
Yeah, man, he was the biggest underdog, Joaquin Silva. I think plus 700. I think it was closer to like 1,000, come fight night. But yeah, man, Sarukian was he was kind of challenged there. It was a good night, man. Good night of fights. I enjoyed the Petrosian fight. Pat Sabatini.
That one got me.
Torres fucking up Mota. That was ugly, dude. Nicholas Dalby coming out and winning that shit. Jimmy Flick losing.
That was sandwich of the night right there, right?
Yeah.
That play.
Yeah, dude, that was.
Dalby, I enjoyed, even though it cost me on my Tapology. Let's go Dalby. That was a good one.
Yeah, the Muslim Salikov Nicholas Dalby fight robbed sandwich of the night.
Oh,
Brought to you
100%.
by Subway.
And what about Kyung Ho Kang, bro? Coming out and starching Kristen Quinones, man.
Oh my God.
First round
dude,
sub.
That
was good,
bro,
man.
That was fast. Jimmy Flick, man. I don't think he's the same fighter as he was, man.
Nah,
I think he's gonna get cut. I think he's
probably got one more shot, man, and
yeah.
I think it's Creighton's if he doesn't win it.
One more.
Yeah, if he does and he loses again, it's over. He needs to hang it up.
I don't know, bro. I told you guys, he just didn't seem like his heart was in it, And I'm not talking shit. That's just an observation.
No, you're totally right. ever since he got the divorce, ever since that he, um, got this new girl. It's just
Left the sport for
so
3 years.
much.
The 3 year, difference is all. It's all the difference in his fighting, his mindset,
Yeah,
everything just changed up, and the game changes forever. It's forever changing. The fighters are getting better, younger age. Jimmy's always fought top dudes, and I mean, yeah, this opponent was a bad matchup in my opinion for Jimmy.
it was.
Costa's an animal. Like he trains with
Mm.
what's his name? That guy Diego Lopez. He was in his corner. The guy who nearly took out what's his name? Rudy, your boy.
Who? My boy. I don't remember, man. I don't want to remember that.
Well, Diego Lopez, you should, yeah, if you remember him right, you tested your boy, man. But that's who he trains with. I mean, excellent BJJ. I thought the fight would probably be a lot more grappling, but game plan, man. Like he was just chewing up Jimmy's lead leg. He was compromised 2 minutes into the fight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Jimmy's like, he was able to stand in there and give a couple to him, but it just wasn't the fight style of fighting for Jimmy. It was a very bad matchup in my opinion. And I don't know.
Look,
one more shot. I agree with Rudy. I think he gets another shot.
I think Jimmy needs to realize that this is MMA and it's not a jiu-jitsu competition. It doesn't matter if you're good at it or not. You still need to have that ground game or the stand-up game. You need to learn how to strike and kick and block, defend, and not just try to take the fight to the ground all the time.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you're talking like
It's-
he's fucking, the Gracie dude that I forget his name already, bro.
Kron Gracie.
Yeah, Kron,
Gracie.
bro. Oh God.
Yeah, that was like one of the worst main card performances of the UFC for sure. Like I don't know why it was on a main card. Of course, he's Gracie, but I mean, still, that was very.
The most disappointing fight for me that night was Petrosian and Leroy Duncan. I thought he was gonna go out there and do something, and Petrosian had his fucking number, dude.
Yeah, credit to Kylo Ren. He looked amazing. He used the Force, and he was a big underdog. Right?
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Christian Leroy Duncan will probably come back and be better. Like he had a wicked style, like just everything he was throwing, and I mean he had the fucking gas tank to go 3 rounds. Like he could have maybe just picked some shots earlier, but Petrosian proved that he's just super tough and durable, and that was a lock pick of the night, right? Mark, you had Mark. Credit to Mark again, the Tapology King. Crown him. It's been how many weeks straight, Mark? 4 or 5 weeks straight.
Aside from this past weekend, I've won the last, couple weeks in a row.
Yeah.
At least 2 out of the last 3-4 weeks. So yeah, I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, my picks went south. Rob, I don't know how you did, Rudy, because
Yeah, mine were okay. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
The last week was shit for me though.
Yeah, this is a easily forgotten card, to put it that way, and I gave it it was a 4.3 overall.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah.
I give it a 6, man. It was decent. I enjoyed it.
It was a good card, but Keith Peterson just, that's kind of shit. Like, bad
dude,
shitty judging, bad rep and shitty judging just ruins the card sometimes for people. Sometimes it takes away from good shit.
I mean, what would you have gotten out of that Argueta and Lawrence fight, anyways?
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It would have got a 3.5, right, Mark? I guess you had the Argueta fight as a 0.5 overall game changer. So
maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a card I want to forget about as soon as possible, right? But Rob, what was your grade? A 10?
I'm gonna give it a 5. 10. Please. I'm gonna give it a 5.
$1.
Yep, $1.
Price is wrong.
$1.
That's exactly
Price is wrong.
Bitch.
The $1 Price is Right bid. That's what that card was. Terrible. But yeah, luckily we had Bellator. We had guys flying through the cage door in LFA. That guy broke his leg pretty nasty in Octagon.
That just sounds like an odd weekend, like falling through a cage, breaking the leg. Like that doesn't sound like professional. It sounds like underground fucking MMA, like some unsanctioned shit.
Like that video game
Oh.
Pit Fighter. Remember that game?
Oh,
Yep.
dude.
Killer one.
That shit was
Yeah, it's a
awesome.
classic. And if you don't know about what that is, you're too young.
No, you're
really
just
young.
not a fight fan, bro, or a game
You're a
fan.
fight fan, you know?
You're just not a fan at all of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just unfriend all of us, all right?
Yeah, dude. Just go away.
I don't even want to talk to you.
Just hit the like button though before you leave.
Yeah. Don't forget to
Get the like,
subscribe and
subscribe.
like and comment.
Yeah.
Like, comment, and share, and subscribe.
But yeah, if you didn't watch all the fights on Bellator 15 and 11 or 12 on UFC and LFA, PFL all last weekend, 100% not a real fight fan. So I don't care
Not a
how
real
bad
fight
that
fan.
card was. So, but we have a pretty good UFC card for the real hardcores. We'll get to that here in a little bit.
Yeah, let's
In the
queue up
meantime,
the. Let's queue up
Outside the Cage News.
wow.
All right.
Has it been the week that's been ever for Outside the Cage News? I think this one takes the cake. Number one.
Oh,
we
my
might even have
God.
to do a full show on just Outside the Cage News with the shit that's going on.
I mean, right?
Yeah, fuck it. No more picks, no more odds. Straight Outside the Cage News because it's forever, sometimes, always more interesting than what's happening in the cage or the ring. But speaking of the cage or the ring, I don't know where it's going to happen. Elon Musk is ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. And who does he want other than the Zuck?
The cuck, Mark Zuckerberg.
Where the hell did we end up in this twilight zone of MMA and combat sports where like this is the biggest news in combat sports news?
It's all Logan and Jake Paul's fault.
It is, kind of.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's their fault. It is, and Triller's fault.
The minute we've seen Tyron Woodley go face planting in the middle of a ring, nothing has been the same.
No,
Right? Or I guess Ben Askren getting
Ben Askren, yeah, he got starched first.
scapegoat. Yeah, he's the scapegoat that like it caused everything. You know what I mean? For it to happen and just curse combat sports or the world where anyone could just fight anybody, including Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. But Rudy, what are the odds on the fight? I think Elon's the